ICM Halftrack ambulance part 3, painting the interior. Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, and lots of people have joined since last time, so it's really good to have you with us. So this video is all about the interior of this ambulance. So we started, I primed everything in matte black, and now I'm just going to paint everything with off-white by AK 3rd Gen. Just use my airbrush to go around a few thin coats just to get really good coverage. And the reasons for me undercoating in black was because if I undercoated in white, I wouldn't be able to see the difference of what I painted and what I haven't. So, but that obviously does lead me to more problems in that I've got black primer to cover. But there you go. So yeah, so just nice thin coats and keep going. This is also repeated on the inside of the lower hull, and again just make sure you get into all the nooks and crannies and get all the details with the white paint. So I've jumped on a little bit. I've painted the seats there and weathered them, and now we're moving on to the chipping process. I want to make it quite a heavily worn ambulance inside, as it's had a lot of use. So I've just taken a piece of wire wool, which, as you've seen my other videos, you'll know is what I prefer to chip with, and I'm just using some camo black brown, taking most of it off, so it just leaves tiny specks, and then start working it around any raised edges. That's a water barrel there, so that's going to get quite rusty on that little step, and then work it down along the floor and then around the walls. Then take a brush and just join some of the larger chips together and create some scratches and some other details with the same colour. time to get it dirty now. So I use Abtalung 502 sepia oil. And just go around all the joints, all the corners with quite a diluted oil paint, and then we'll come in and blend that afterwards. And it just makes everything really grubby and dirty. You've got to imagine this is an ambulance on the front line. There's going to be plenty of blood and gore and dirt all sort of wallowing about in the bottom of the ambulance as it is in the field. So that just goes around all the corners, and then that gets blended in afterwards. So here comes the blending stage now, just with some odorless thinners, and you're really trying to just feather the edges and blend it away to almost to nothing, so you don't get any tide marks around the edge. I've made it quite blotchy on the floor, just adding to the grime and the dirt. Now we'll just pay some attention to the wooden barrel just going along the edges of the metal bands, quite up close, and then again blending, and that will go all down the cracks between each piece of wood that makes up the barrel. Adds a really nice effect, makes it look really realistic like wood. Right, on to some rust effects now. So there's going to be all sorts of water and blood swilling about in the bottom of the hull, so it's going to get quite rusty. So this is AK rust streaks, and I'm just dabbing it onto some of the previously chipped parts, and then again I'll come through afterwards and just blend it all together. Soften the edges, and let the rust sort of blend through the white paint beneath it. So here's the blending then, just with some odorless thinners again. Just get a damp brush. Just clean the rust out of my brush. Just a brush that's dampened with odorless thinners. Get most of it off on paper towel, and then just work your way around, almost like a dabbing motion, just spreading the rust paint around, and again blending it away to nothing. Works really well, nicely, this effect. Does a really believable way of turning plastic rusty. Okay, the next thing I do is exactly the same process, but this time I use a light rust effect by MIG Productions. It's just a bit more orangey and a brighter colour, and it just adds a bit of variation to the rust. But again, the same process. I haven't even really let the other one dry, so it can all sort of blend together as it's wet, and just dab it around, maybe not use quite so much this time, and then come in and blend it away afterwards. So we're getting near the end now, you'll be pleased to hear. These are just all the small bits that I've hand painted off camera. All just being super glued in. So there's 2 stretchers, 1 folded up stretcher, and again, you know, I must commend ICM on all their positive placements for where things go. Next thing to go in is a fold away bench, so it matches the one on the other side, but it just lifts out of the way when there's a stretcher in position. So that goes in. Just get that in the right place. There you go. Okay, next we have the seat at the back, and again I've done the same worn leather effects as I have on the opposite side. Just get that in with the tweezers. It's quite important to get that level. It goes in all right. Then goes the headrests for these 2 seats, one on each side, obviously. Yeah, okay, so that's upside down. So turn it around and put it in. I think it's important when I make my videos that you do see all the mistakes I make, because yeah, lots of people, there's no way they can do it right first time, so I'm happy to leave all my mistakes in. Let me know what you think down in the comments if you like me doing that. So there you go, they're the headrests. Okay, they look good. So then we move on to the front seat. Just wait for the glue to go off. There you go, that's grabbed it. I think that's just about it. Everything seems in place. There's a blanket that hangs on the wall above that seat, but there you go. So that's the interior done. Next we move on to the outside. Now I'm not really sure which scheme I'm going to do. I found one scheme that I quite like the look of, which would involve some hairspray chipping, so I think I might be doing that one. It will still be a desert scheme, but yeah, let me think about it this week and see what I can come up with. That's it for today, guys. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't done so already, and join me next time. Thanks a lot. Bye.